Hello citizens of Tokusatsu Central, I'm Jared Rand, and today we are going to be doing the review of the Kamen Rider Go DX Decade Ridewatch. So this is our first upgrade form of the show for Kamen Rider Go, specifically as we know it at the moment as the first upgrade, or the thing that ends the first arc of the show. Of course, themed after Kamen Rider Decade, this gives Kamen Rider Go his new form, Kamen Rider Go Decade Armor. This is our Rabbit Tank Sparkling, our Mighty Brothers Double X, our Jimbo Lemon Arms, our, Sagozo, I guess, if it would be in Oza's form. But yeah, that's basically what this is. And technically also, as they showed in the show, I guess it's kind of Tajador, but that doesn't make any damn sense. So, yeah, we might as well get into the actual toy. So here we have the Decade Ridewatch itself. Now, it may not be showing up on my camera because my camera kind of makes everything in a different form of quality, especially from the lighting. On my camera, it might seem red. It's actually a very vibrant pink, or magenta, as Decade calls it in the show. Of course, this is very different from your standard Ridewatch. Actually, here's Go's, and in comparison, there you go. That's basically the similarities is where they end. It's just at this part. There's this giant protrusion off of the side, and this is actually for later to when we start fiddling around with the sound effects, is to read the other Ridewatches. Yes, this Ridewatch has an entire soundboard the size of probably the Jiku driver, to where it can read every Ridewatch. Sort of. Yeah, basically to the same capacity that the Jiku driver could, this reads every one of the Ridewatches. And getting a little bit close up, we can see Decade's face right here, made out of these black, translucent bars, I guess you can call them, with the green eyes right there. On this white thingy right here, it says Decade, the arrow pointing forward into which side you have to put it in, or which way you have to put it in. These little screw holes right here with some really nice molded in detail as well. Right on the top there, there's the button. Of course, much bigger than usual, for whatever reason, with the kana right there, which I'm pretty sure says Kamen, as I've been corrected, or at least I've figured out as of recent. There's the bottom, and then the back, which of course is where we find the thing or tab that we have to pull out in order to get the noises. Which, now that we can actually do that, might as well show off the noises now. So just press the button on the top to get the activation noise, as per usual. As you heard, it is kind of different from usual with the sound effects. You get the sort of card slashing around or switching around or whatever it is, as well as the standard stutter for the Decade line. Now, of course, with the usual, the second press will get you the announcement noise, sort of. I'm pretty sure it just said Kamen Ride, the Kamen Rider with the ability to change into other Kamen Riders is Decade. So, that's about it. Although a direct translation would probably be Kamen Ride, the rider who can change into other Kamen Riders is Decade. So, there you go. That's about it. Now, some of the other things you can do in this mode. Getting some other Ridewatches, of which I have not done reviews for and don't intend on doing reviews for. These are just the ones that I wanted to buy in order to get some demonstrations down. We've got X8 here, which of course we're going to use. Just slide it in. And yes, it actually reads the Ridewatches. So basically it has the exact same form of soundboard that the Jiku driver has, even without the capability of getting a detachment noise. And then, of course, just to show you that it really does read them, I have Ryuki here. Just going to slide it in. And there you go. It reads everything. I'm not kidding. Every single damn Ridewatch. And if you're wondering what happens when you press the button after it, well, absolutely nothing. And yes, it can read a Ridewatch like Geo. But yeah, that's all it does. It really does nothing. And Geo Ridewatch, if you press the button on there, it doesn't do anything. So, that's about it. Now that we have that over with, we can get to the really exciting part. We can use it with the Jiku driver. Bam. There we go. There it is. There's our best friend. Might as well get the camera adjusted and do it the proper way. As you can see, the light in the middle changes colors. Press down the button on the top. Oh yes! There is our transformation for Kamen Rider Geo Decade Armor. Oh my goodness, that transformation noise is so good. From the very Decade-esque noises with even the music in the background sounding much like Decade's soundtrack, along with, of course, the very obvious card noises and the Kamen Rider in the background, and then the wow, and it even does the almost a semi-stutter, and at the end it sings Decade's name, and it's fucking awesome, and I love it. I could go on for hours on how good the theme is for this, but that's all I'm going to do. So, for the finishing attack F standard, let me press the button up here. We actually get a new standby noise in here. You see, I was actually curious about this, and I was wondering if the Decade Ridewatch was going to make a new ending or finishing attack, which is usually what most toys for Kamen Riders with the first upgrade, what usually happens is. So I guess that's a strange way of doing it, is not actually giving us a new finishing attack, but instead a new standby noise, but whatever. So let's get on to the main feature of the toy. The first upgrade forms from Decade. So basically, how this works is, in the show, he'll place a Ridewatch into the side, and he'll gain special attachment pieces, and basically half of the suit from that show's respective first upgrade form. So, for X8's case, it's Mighty Brothers Double X. But for whatever reason, it says Final Form Time. I don't get it. But anyway, just press the button up at the top to get the finishing attack. And you get the Final Attack Time Break. Which, pretty interesting name. I kind of like it, and I also am glad that at least we still get a new finishing attack from this toy. Which makes it a lot more playable than the other Ridewatches. Just going to take that out, and then we're going to use Ryuki next. I don't know what this would be. I guess it would be Ryuki Survive. But from that point, we're going to take something that we did last time. Our old friend, not really an old friend actually, by technicality, it's just a very recent friend. I'm going to slide him right into there. Just a Ridewatch. So yeah, that's practically it for the Decade Ridewatch. So with all of that done and settled, we might as well get into my final thoughts for the toy. Anyways, the Kamen Rider Geo DX Decade Ridewatch is a very enjoyable toy from the Geo toy line. Of course, a lot of sound effects from it, and overall, a very enjoyable time in my opinion. I really like the design of it, and I like that you get more out of it than your standard Ridewatch. As well, I think the ability of just having to slide in the Ridewatch instead of spinning it around on the belt, I find that also to be pretty fun. And also the mountage that the Ridewatch sticks off from the belt is a little bit entertaining as well. My personal opinion, I think Decade, in terms of being in Geo, wasn't the best part of the show, but it definitely was in some form enjoyable, which is why I'm glad to say this toy is probably the best in the line at the moment, because it can read everything and it has extra noises as well, more than your standard Ridewatch can do. So, thank you guys for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video that much, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment if you want to ask any questions about the actual toy. You can check out my Instagram, ran.jared.com, or not .com, ran.jared04, and of course check out my other YouTube channel, Jared the Collector New. And I will see my fellow citizens of Tokusatsu Central next time when I do my Christmas haul of 2019, because I did not get to show it off in a video yet, so yeah. Man, what an ending.